What's up, Payson High School? I'm Will Fulmer.
And I am Bryce Clyde.
Welcome to this edition of Lions Weekly, where we cover important events here at the high school as well as in the community.
How are you doing today, Will?
You know, Bryce, I'm doing just fantastic.
Yeah.
How are you?
Well, I'm good, but I could be better. You know, if I had a girl right here and maybe like a Dr. Pepper right here, I would be fantastic.
You know, that's great, Bryce.
Yeah. Now, let's get started.
Alrighty then. So for our top story of the day, Sierra and Austin put together a piece they like to call Tips for Teens.
They are giving you, the student body, the keys for a successful school day.
Sounds interesting, doesn't it? Let's go to them.
This is Austin. He's had a few rough days at school, from falling down the stairs to dropping his stuff in the hallway. People are even throwing stuff at him. He's such a loser. It's starting to get ridiculous. So we came up with a few good tips to help you and Austin get through the school day. Tip number 1 is get a good breakfast. Make sure you don't skip it, and if you do miss it, make sure you have a backup plan. Tip number 2 is get to class on time. Run, Austin. Make sure you get there on time. Make sure you're there. Make sure you're there. No, don't lose the backpack. You might need that in class. You might think it's going to save you time, but it's really not. Make sure you come back and get it. Good boy. Go, Austin. Good job. Good job. Now make sure you're in class. Good job. Now that you're in class, you're going to want to pay attention, which that's tip number 3. Austin, we're trying to help you. Please pay attention. Please pay attention. Good boy. Oh, that's gotta hurt. But that was funny. Let's see it again. Oh, yeah, gotta hurt. Oh, brush the pain away. It's gonna be okay. Just keep focusing. Notice how he pushes the distraction away and keeps on focusing. Nice job, Austin. Tip number 4 is watch where you're going in the hallway. Watch out for the big kids, even though they might not always be mean. After the day is all over, you're going to want to do your homework, which is tip number 5. We understand you have activities and homework, but you're just going to have to make time to do everything. That's why you have to learn to multitask. Notice how Austin kicks the ball and reads the book at the same time. That's all part of having a successful school day. Well, there's your tips, teens. Back to you guys in the studio.
Thanks, guys. Way to go.
Well, I am now 100% sure I'm going to make it through the rest of my day, thanks to you guys.
Same here, man. Those are really helpful.
Alright, so for our next story, Caden and his group look into something that has been baffling students this winter season.
This story is on our crazy weather patterns and what the students think of it.
Let's go to Cade.
Boy, the weather's been really nice out here, but now, like the past week, it's like just been snowing like crazy. I don't know what the deal is, but there is one positive to snow. I mean, well, skiers and snowboarders will say skiing or snowboarding, but that's not the positive about snow. Snowball fights. Snowball fights is the positive of snow. We'll show you. Holy crap! You don't have to throw it that hard. You got it. Well, as you can see, it took a couple of tries, but we hit them. It's fun. Snowball fights are fun until someone gets hurt, but someone always gets hurt because that's just the nature of it. But we want to know, really, how has the weather affected Payson? Like, the students, the city, just anything in general. How has it affected you? How has the weather affected you this year?
I've actually quite enjoyed it because I'm not big into snowboarding or skiing, and it's been nice having no snow. I've been able to get a lot of things done at my house. A lot of projects got done.
How's the weather affected you?
Well, I'm not a big fan of snow, so I've been totally fine with all this warm weather we've been having. So I was kind of upset when it started snowing.
How has the weather affected Payson High School this year?
It's been kind of an interesting winter where we haven't had a whole lot of snow. I know our custodians have liked it because it saves them some work not having to go out and clear the snow, but I think that it's affected the students a little bit too. The weather's been actually pretty nice, so they've been able to stay outside a little bit more and enjoy the weather.
How has the snow this year affected Payson High?
Oh, it's been one of the best years, easiest years for snow ever. We've only had to push snow like twice so far this year. I think last year we was doing it every single day, it felt like. And we've had a bad year. This has been a real good year for snow.
How has the new heating system affected students here in the school?
You know what? The new heating system's nice now. It took a little bit of while to get some adjustments made. So the first couple of weeks, once they turned it on, we had to make a few adjustments. Some rooms were super hot and some were cold, but I think now that the adjustments have been made, it's a nice system. I think it's good for the whole school.
It's been a good year to be kind of mild with our new heat system too, because we've got worked a lot of the bugs out before it got real bad like today. Thank you. You bet.
How's the weather affected you?
The weather's made me very angry this year because I like to ski, and I bought a pass up at Sundance. It hasn't snowed. Now that it finally started snowing, it still hasn't really snowed at the resort, so hoping it snows.
Well, the weather was really bad, but now Carlos and Quentin are having fun in a puddle. So, that means it's warming up a little bit. So, if you hated the snow before, come join them. I would, but I'm wearing shorts. Don't want to get my legs dirty. So, Payson, have fun.
Thanks, man. Now, Will, how are you liking the winter weather so far?
You know what, man? I feel like we're actually getting robbed. You know, I brought new snowboarding stuff and I have nothing to write it on.
Well, sucks to be you. I personally don't like the cold at all, so I'm loving the season. You know, very little snow.
You know what, Bryce? I think you're crazy.
Well, it's time for our next piece.
All right, the Student Spotlight is where we cover a student who has a unique talent or an interesting personality.
This girl has both. Her name is Shelby Mortensen, and she is a captain of the drill team this year.
My group and I went and looked into it to learn more about her.
Let's go to the footage.
All right, what's up, Payson High? We're here with Shelby Mortensen, and she's the Student Spotlight this week. I'm gonna ask her a few questions. Shelby, what do you like to do on your spare time, when you're not at drill?
I like to go wakeboarding on my spare time.
Oh, really? Go boating and stuff? Mm-hmm. Right on. What are your plans after high school?
I want to go into nursing to be an ER nurse.
Oh, no way. Right on. What are you involved in besides drill?
Nothing.
Nothing at all?
Drill takes up a lot of time.
Oh, really? We understand you're the captain, too?
Yeah.
How's that?
It's kind of insane sometimes, but it's fun.
Being the leader? That's cool. Shelby Mortensen, guys. Dude, Shelby sounds like a really cool girl, man.
Dude, she totally is. She was cool just in an interview, right?
Dude, no doubt. I could feel the coolness off of her as we spoke.
Yeah, man, she's radiating coolness.
All right, so for our next story, we go to Malachi and his group.
They were in charge of our sports package this time around.
Let's go to Malachi.
Our girls' basketball team is battling through region play. The girls have stepped up their play, but the results have been more of the same. With close losses to North St. Pete, Delta, and Juab, the girls are getting closer to picking up their first region victory of the year. The boys' basketball team is on a roll. They are 3-0 in region with big victories over Carbon, North St. Pete, and Delta. With Clint Bateman and Tanner Newbold both averaging over 18 points a game this season, they will look to continue their dominance tonight at Juab. Last, but certainly not least, is our wrestling team. They are peaking at the right time with big dual victories over North St. Pete and Carbon. But even more impressive was their second place finish at one of the toughest tournaments of the year last weekend. One thing is for certain, this team is ready for another run at the state championship. Keep up the great work, boys.
Thanks, Malachi. Our sports teams are doing great.
They sure are, bro.
Well, for those of you who are wondering what's coming up in the near future, Will and I looked into it for you.
All right, so tonight at 7, the boys basketball team will be continuing region play and squaring off against Juab.
That game will be one to see.
For sure, man.
And then tomorrow at 12 p.m., the color guard will be having a performance.
You know what, man? I really do like the color guard. They're just so talented.
They sure are, man. And then next week on Friday will be the talent show, as well as the 100th day of the 100th year of high school here at Payson.
There will be some really talented acts, so be sure not to miss it.
Well, that's it for us here at Lions Weekly today.
Now, if you have any questions or comments, please feel free to talk to Bryce, myself, Mr. Peary, or any one of the broadcasting students.
For Lions Weekly, I'm Bryce Clyde.
And I'm Will Fulmer.
Remember the name and have a great weekend, Payson. Good job.
Well done, dude. Give me some. Pound it. Skin and bones.